Hey there, guys. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're diving into a deep topic that's close to many hearts. Why some of us may not be feeling that love and connection in our lives, and what we can do to change that. So, grab a comfy seat, your favorite beverage, and let's get into it. Hey, guys, it's Lynette here. Thanks so much for joining me today. I am so excited to bring this message to you. Now, you see the thumbnail, and we're going to get into something that you may not have even thought about, but you may be feeling love and connection. Why aren't you feeling it? No matter the people around you or what's going on, you seem to not be able to feel the love and connection that you may be receiving and you're desiring and you deserve. This is something that I want to talk about today because I know that I am not the only one who has experienced this, but you may not have put it into these words quite yet, right? There are so many different reasons why we may not be feeling loved and connection. And you may not understand that it's not really about the people around you, but more so what's inside of you. I am so passionate about helping women to heal as a whole. And sometimes people tell me, I'm not ready for your conversation. I'm not ready for your teaching or your training because I'm not ready to go that deep yet. But if you're truly ready to evolve and become all you are meant to be, then sometimes you have to go deeper instead of going wider. When we talk about love and connection, it means something different to so many different people. And it's supposed to because we are all different. We are different. We've experienced different things in life. And so love and connection can mean something to me that doesn't even get on your radar. That's perfectly fine. Again, there are many reasons why we don't feel love and connection to life and to others. And I want to talk about that a little bit today. When we think about love, we go and we experience sometimes a romantic view of love. And when life doesn't show up for us like that, we don't know how to respond to that. Again, that's something that's totally fine. But I'm on this journey right now to discover who I am now. We've all gone through different stages in our life. And I talked about that on my last video about different transitions in our life cause us to experience life differently after those transitions. And we have to really be able to reconnect with ourselves to understand where am I now and who am I now. So, being on this journey, I came into this place where I was doing a lot of deep thinking, like I normally do. And I started to think about the lack of love and connection that I feel genuinely in my life. And I will tell you this many times the things that you're feeling now are not just about right now, but it's leading a trail back to how it started. And I always feel like in order for us to be able to deal with what's going on now, we have to get to the root of it in order to go forward. And you want to go forward, right? I know you want to go forward. So I want to help you to be able to do that today. And I always tell people that my journey of transparency and vulnerability has been very strong steps in my journey of transformation. That's what I talk to my clients about. That's what I talk to my co-authors about. That's what I talk to people who I connect with in any different way. It's something that's scary because it puts you in a place where you can be judged by others. And I'm at the point of saying you're going to be judged one way or the other. So why not be judged for doing what you need to do to be a better you? Let's go into this a little bit deeper. When you think about looking around you and you see other people and they're in this state of joy, they're laughing and talking to other people, they're building great relationships, they're meeting new people, and it looks amazing. And you're starting to think, well, when will it be my time? Although it's totally okay to spend time with yourself. That's not the issue. It's how do you feel when you're with yourself or even when you're with those other people, whether that's friendships or romantic relationships, but you just don't feel connected. As we talked about at the beginning, the different reasons for us not feeling connected with ourselves or with other people, we have to go back and look at the breadcrumbs that led us to here. And in my time of deep thinking recently, what I discovered and what I began to own for myself is that as a child, I never felt connection. I never felt that deep sense of love and safety. And early in my life, I began to look outside of myself for, sorry about that music, guys. I began to look outside of myself for that love, for that connection. I didn't realize that it was connection I was looking for then, but I knew I was needing that love. And so when you're doing those moments of deep reflection, you have to be willing to be honest with yourself and say, why do I feel like this? What emotions am I feeling? Why am I feeling that emotion? When was the first time I felt that emotion? And what was the experience that caused me to feel that emotion? And what did I feel inside when I first felt that emotion? These are things that you can begin to journal about as you are doing self reflection. Really, all you're doing is just getting a deeper sense of understanding of who you are. And that's how you begin to understand who you are now and understand how you have to rebuild your understanding of love and connection for yourself for now and where you are and where you're wanting to go. The past is the past and nobody can change that. Nobody can rewrite it no matter how much you desperately want to. It's about owning what you've experienced and what has defined love and connection for you. And then ask yourself, does this fit into my world now? Does it fit into my world of defining for me who I am and what love is and how do I feel love and how do I give love? You rebuild that for yourself or you build it for yourself if you've never experienced that before. We all are here on this big earth, and that means that we're not meant to be alone, right? So as you're going through these self-reflections, journaling, um, having those moments with yourself, talking to a counselor, talking to your friends about what you're feeling, where you have a safe place to be able to express with that you don't feel love and you don't feel connected, even though people are expressing that to you. It's important to start to redefine for yourself, what does love look like for me? What does it feel like when I embrace self love and when I want to love on people? The experience that I found as a young person, as an adult, and even being married is that when you begin to search outside of yourself for what you need within, you always come up short because you feel like you have to perform in order to have those relationships that identify love to you. And the other thing is when you are looking outside of yourself for what you need inside, you always seem to connect with people who allow their representative to show up a little bit and then they leave, or you become so needy of what they are giving you that you push them away. That's why it's important for us to learn how to connect with the person that we are and deal with our own stuff and become whole before we go and try and connect with somebody else to fulfill and satisfy that longing for us. Because what you're doing is giving other people permission to give or take what you are needing at any given moment. And then you feel even less loved and even less connected. And we don't want to do that, right? So spending that time with yourself and identifying what is love and connection for you and what do you need now? Taking one step at a time. What do you need now to feel loved? Ask yourself, what am I doing to show myself love every day? I talked to someone a long time ago and one thing that she expressed was so simple. She said, something as simple as having ripped up underwear in your drawer can be the difference between you feeling loved and not feeling worthy. Having those ripped up things says to you that I'm not worthy of good things that feel good and look good on me, and I'm not worthy of beautiful things. Those things show love to yourself, so that when other people begin to contribute to you and give you beautiful gifts, you know how that feels to have beautiful things that add to the love that you have for yourself. The next thing I want you to look at and think about is, do you have a safe place where you can open up? Again, that may be in friendships, that may be in counseling, that may be simply writing in your journal. How about going to a different place today, like a restaurant, or to let's see, what is the name of the place? I don't even go to it with the fancy coffee. Going to a different one today and simply writing in your journal, and be a people watcher. Look around at the people around you. What do you see in them? Do you hear their laughter? Do you see them in conversation? Do you see them being by themselves? And be able to write in your journal to open up. Is that something that you like? And is that something that you want? And if it is, write in your journal why you aren't experiencing that now. And what is one step that you can take today to begin to experience that laughter? Write down the feelings that come up when you decide, yes, I want to laugh like that. Or yes, I want to experience that closeness with other people in conversation where we're actively listening and speaking and just having connection with people. Write in your journal for you those things and be able to go back and read over those things and see how you felt in that moment. If you need a counselor, reach out to a counselor. Reach out to a therapist, reach out to a coach to help you to be able to work through the cobwebs and understand the good expressions, the not so good expressions, how to get from A to B, and give yourself permission to know that it's totally okay, because you are doing the work to feel the love and connection that you are meant to. When you think about rejection, rejection creates an open womb in the soul that tells you you're not good enough, that you got to perform to be able to get what you want and what you need, that somehow because one person didn't deem you as valuable, somehow it's created an illusion in your mind and in your spirit and in your soul that the world sees you the same. But I want to tell you a little secret. It's not always about how the world sees you. It's more important with how you see you. In my time of reflection, that's one of the things I discovered is not ever feeling safe and having more feelings of rejection and abandonment than I had of love. So when I tell you that you can give yourself permission to be able to redefine for you what is love for you now, in that question of who am I now, it opens it up to what do I need now? What do I want now? Do I want empty relationships only for to say I have relationships? Do I want empty friendships to only say that I have illusions of friendship? Or do I truly desire to redefine for me what does love feel like in friendship for me, from and to? What does connecting with people genuinely feel like? And what do I desire for me now in those relationships? The next thing is I want you to risk feeling vulnerability. Again, vulnerability can be scary. It can be truly scary because you are letting out what you've been holding in, and you are letting people into what you've been holding back from them. That's why it's important to have a safe space that you deem to be safe, not just because someone says this is a safe space. Have they shown you in their conversations about other people and about listening to you or being there for you that this is truly a safe space? I'm grateful that I have a younger brother. He's my younger, bigger brother, is what I say, because he has given me kind of a safe space to be able to open up about different things. But I'm still allowing myself to let people in, to be vulnerable to a deeper level. I'm learning to do that because I haven't known how to do that. We create these walls around ourselves to be able to protect ourselves when we don't feel safe, when we don't feel love, and when we don't feel connection. And we're hungry to have those things. We create these walls around us. We tell ourselves this story over and over again that gives us permission to believe that it's okay for this to still be in our life when it actually isn't. Who is that place? Who is that person of safety for you? Where is that place of safety for you? If you haven't found that in your outer world yet, then perhaps it is time to seek counseling, to um, do some deep reflection, to do some journaling, to ask yourself, what do I need right now to feel safe? And then go after that. Counseling is something that has been amazing in my life for many years. And as I work through the different stages of learning to love and connect, I know when I need to reach out to a counselor. Until that time, I follow the steps that I'm giving to you today in order to overcome those different obstacles and those different transitions. Right now, I'm at a place where I'm excuse me, where I am following the steps that I'm taking you. I'm doing research. I'm being honest with myself. I'm asking God, how do I open up that part of myself, that part of my heart, that part of my mind to be able to redefine love for me so that I can connect with myself and I can connect with others in a genuine way? Are you ready to do that too? If you are, go back and hit replay and listen to this video again and be able to write down those steps that I've given you. They didn't come just in 1, 2, 3, 4, but I'm sharing some things with you that have and are helping me to be able to redefine love for me and redefine connection for me. I'm at an age where um what I did before doesn't work for me. How I felt before doesn't work for me. How I looked out on life doesn't work for me. What I feel in my life, it no longer works for me. A few weeks ago, I felt really, really angry to the point where it turned into rage. And I didn't want to feel that anymore. I did not want to feel that anymore. It scared me, the rage that I had and the lack of self control that I felt. So, what did I do? I looked out for different ways to be able to deal with those emotions because that's what they are, right? They're emotions, just like love is an emotion and an action. Anger and rage and sadness are emotions. So, I looked for different ways to be able to express that and release it. And one of the things I did was I started drawing, not actual drawing. The first couple of pages were simply scratches in my book. And as I felt the emotion of anger starting to subside, what I felt was a deep sense of sadness. And I started to draw lines interconnecting with one another. And I could see that the lack of self control was being out of control. I didn't feel heard. I didn't feel seen. I didn't feel valued. And those lines of drawing, interconnecting with one another, was saying to me, this is what I need for me. And I don't have to try and control that over there anymore. I simply have to connect to me. I have to choose to let go of the anger and allow the vulnerability of sadness to come in, to let me to feel it so I can release it. Is that something that you're willing to do for yourself? Find another way to deal with this, whatever it is that's causing you not to feel love and not feel connected, because the time is now for you to be able to do that. We've talked about a lot of things today. I want to know which of these topics within this topic resonates with you. Share it with me in the comments. Let me hear your thoughts. Let me know how this message speaks to where you are right now, or even helps you to identify what you've been feeling. Because this is not just me talking. I'm here to help you get to that place where you are the best version of yourself that you desire to be. And that's going to take some work. So if you're ready, stay tuned, engage with the conversation, share this out, and I'll see you on the next video.